Hello, my name is Carlos Millsap, and I appreciate you taking a few minutes to be here. I want to be very clear from the start. This is not a sales pitch. There's nothing here for me to convince you of or to sell you. This is simply an honest conversation about where you are and where you're headed if nothing changes. There's a simple truth most people avoid. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And most people don't stay stuck because they want to. They stay stuck because they keep doing what they've always done. So let me ask you a real question. Why do you think so many hardworking, responsible people still feel like they're treading water financially? They work hard, they show up, they do what's expected, but the results don't seem to change. Doing the same thing produces the same results, the same schedule, the same income, the same stress, the same limitations. And the scary part isn't today, it's realizing that years can pass and nothing looks different. So let me ask you something, honestly. Is this where you want to be 1 year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? For most people, income is tied directly to time. You trade hours for money, and when time stops, income stops. That's not failure. That's the model. So if the issue isn't that you're not working hard enough, what if the issue is the model you've been using? Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they don't have a clear plan, a proven system, or real support. Without those, even motivated people stall. So here's an important question. If you had a clear step by step plan and you knew exactly what to do each day, would you be willing to follow it? That's exactly why our infinite duplication system exists. This isn't about figuring things out on your own. It's about following a blueprint that's already been proven by real people like you in real situations like you. So this is not a risk. This is not a guess. This is a real opportunity that produces real results when people follow the plan. You don't need experience. You don't need to be a salesperson. You don't need to be good at sales. You don't need to know everything. If you can follow instructions and send a simple text message, guess what? You can do this because your role is simple. You start conversations, you plug people into the role, excuse me, you plug people into the system, and you follow the blueprint and you don't carry the business. Our infinite duplication system does. And you're not doing this alone. There's training, there are tools, there is leadership for you to leverage. You're guided step by step from your very first conversation to your very first appointment to your very first income. Our goal is to get you to income as quickly as possible. Now, I'm going to slow this thing down a little bit and we're going to look at the numbers. Uh, then these are going to be kind of realistic numbers. We're just going to go off some averages. So let's assume the average commission in our industry per sale is 1,500. If you personally did 3 sales in a month, working completely on your own, your income would be about $4,500. That's real money. And for many people, that would help, right? But let me ask you a question. What happens to you to that 4,500 if you get sick that month? What happens if life happens and you can't work? It stops, right? Because your income is completely tied to you. Now, let's look at the exact same effort applied differently. Imagine instead of doing this alone, you help 10 other people follow the same blueprint. Nothing fancy, just 3 sales per month per person, right? That's 30 team sales total at 1,500 per sale. That's 45,000 in team production. Using a simple example of a 20% override, your income from the team alone would be about $9,000 for the month. Now, let me ask you something important. What happens to that 9,000 if you personally don't sell anything that month? That's right, it doesn't stop because your partners are still working. Now, if you combine the two, your own 3 sales plus the team override, your total monthly income will be about 13,500. So here's the real question. Is the risk really trying a system like this, or is the risk staying in a situation where your income disappears the moment you can't show up? This isn't about being a superstar. This is about doing something simple, repeatable, and supported and letting leverage work for you. And the only difference between the three scenarios you see on the screen is whether you choose to do it alone or you choose to follow a plan and build with others. If you keep doing exactly what you're doing right now, what does your income look like next year? What about 3 years from now? Now imagine following a system where progress becomes predictable, where effort compounds, where you're no longer relying on motivation, but on structure. Now, let me be very clear. This is not for everyone. This is for people who are ready to do something different about their life because they are sick and tired of being sick and tired, because they want a different outcome and they're ready to do something different. So here's the real question. Is staying where you are more comfortable than changing? Listen, you don't need to decide anything right now. The next step is simply a conversation to ask questions to see if this fits where you want to go in life. You already know what you need to do. If what you heard resonates and you can feel that staying where you are isn't the answer, just simply reach out to the person that sent you this video and take the next step now. People who follow our infinite duplication system don't stay stuck, they move forward. And those who move forward start living a different life sooner than they thought. See you at the top.